Hey, D. Man, I'm already here. I'm already at work. Okay, then. All right.
Okay, so there's two things that I envy in this world: melanin and penises. I know that sounds weird, but sometimes I wish I was a little bit darker, and then I want to be able to just pee anywhere. Like, seriously, if I gotta go, I want to just be able to whip it out and go. I don't want to have to be like, oh dang, I'm gonna get my drawers wet. I don't want to have to worry about all this.
Feels satisfying, dude. I don't think it's better than a shotgun in like real close range. Did they get insane play that? That felt good. Oh, that's mine. That's mine. That's mine. All right, we've killed some streams.
Man, I'm really frustrated. I'm irritated, man. Almost aggravated. I'm almost pissed. Why? Because I'm always getting threatened to get fired. I make the proper calls that I need to make. I ensure that I get here as close to on time as possible, even if I'm a little late. My excuses are not bad excuses. They are legitimate excuses. I was taught to have church on the way to church. Don't miss church on the way to church. But when I do that, I get threatened to get fired.
It's almost like he don't take responsibility for himself. Now, don't get me wrong. I still have issues with that. But when I hear it, I'm like, dude, just do this. Dude, just do that. Like, prime example. Instead of saying, hey, I didn't ask for the number. He still was like, you didn't give it to me. And I'm like, dude, you didn't ask for it. That's making an excuse.
That's like one time, man, wife get home from work. She wanted to talk to her husband before I, left for the day. Get to work. Got threatened to get fired. Got my friend, He's battling with some illnesses. Get to work. Almost get fired. A flat tire. Had a flat tire. And I almost got fired. So it's almost like, damn, Brian, you can't win for losing.
This one time, Antonio asked, why are you late? And he was like, because I had to do this with the kids. I had to do that with the kids. I had to do this with the kids. We have been told on several occasions, we can just bring them with us. That's all you had to do. Bring them. But instead you use them as an excuse to lollygag and do whatever you wanted to do. It's like, dude, just say this is what I wanted to do. Don't use the kids as an excuse.
That's like that was just one Friday. I had my counseling. I take counseling classes and things of that nature. And it's one Friday had my counseling session, and I was asked to come back. Stand and fire. Come back to the office, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna come back. But then I remembered I had a yard to cut, so I get a text message right in the middle of cutting the yard. Hey man, you ain't gonna come back? Mind you, this is in the middle of a training class. Hey man, you ain't gonna come back? I'm like, man, I forgot. Man, I had this yard that I had to take care of. Oh man, you just a loser.
There are some days where he will make enough calls, but then there are days where he act like he making calls. Act like he making calls, and they gotta hurry up and leave because I gotta go get the kids. But then he knows we gotta do something that day because you said, hey, I need this done. And we'll find a way to strike up a conversation just so I ain't gotta work. That's crazy. We got this to do. I'm not trying to get my head chopped off. Not any day. But especially on days where he say, we gotta do this. I don't care what we gotta do, but we gonna get it done. Not on those days. No. And that's mostly every day.
Then this one time, oh man, y'all, let me tell you about this one time. Man, this one time, man, grandma had an issue. And I'm like, hey, wait, that should be a little more important than trying to get there on time. So I didn't say nothing to anybody. I think that was my mistake right there. I didn't say nothing to anybody. So I just went to go take grandma where she had to go. And guess what happened when I seen my boss man? I got threatened to get fired.
Hey everybody, I really appreciate you watching this video. It makes me so happy and I'm so glad to be able to come back to you, all of you at Team ATS. With that being said, some of you don't realize by accident you're not even subscribed to my channel. Do me a favor, go ahead right now, subscribe to this channel and do yourself even more of a favor. Don't depend on the algorithm. I'm one of the very few people on social media that gives every single thing away for free. What you want to do is not let the algorithm stop you from getting paid with ATS. Here's how you fix that. What you can do is hit that little bell up top. That's the bell that when you just hit that bell, it lets you see, set me to see first. It'll turn on notifications. So every time I drop a video, you'll be the first person to get that video. What you can also do is go ahead and set my page to see first. It's one of the great things that you can do. And drop me some comments. Comments are very, 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 very important because it lets me get inside your head and it lets me read you more than I read books. And I love to keep on putting out value after value after value after your own heart and after your own dreams. Now, you may not know, but a lot of my videos, like 99% of my videos, are shot by the D. Marie Group. They are. And I'm going to introduce you to the D. Marie Group right now. It's two of them. Come on, Deanna. Come on. Here she is. This is Deanna. D. Marie. That's her right there. This is Deanna Marie. She's always behind the camera. And right now, her counterpart is behind the camera. Come on, Grace. Grace is coming. Come on, Grace. Here is Grace. This is Grace. These two have always, this is actually employee number 1, and then Deanna's employee number 2. I sure appreciate you. These two are always behind the camera, always with me. So when you support me, when you hit me at like, share, and subscribe, please know you're directly putting money in the pocket of those two beautiful women. Antonio T. Smith Jr., you can plan better. You can dominate.